Okay, from here we're going to try pigeon pose, which is a really nice stretch for your hips and your glutes, but if it does not feel good on your knees, I'll give you another option. All right, so let's go from downward dog. It's kind of a nice way to get into it. We're going to tuck the toes, lift your hips, and just press your right leg up to the sky, just so you can get that knee up and through. So you want your knee behind your wrist, so to the outside edge of your mat. So you're going to bring your right leg up and through. Good, and then you want to slide your left leg back as far as you can to get your hips close to the ground. Good, and if that doesn't feel good, I'll give you another option, but I'll get this one going. And so again, if your knee's in the middle of your mat, it's going to be a little tricky because you're going to fall off to the side. So you really want the same knee and the same wrist. So your right knee and your right wrist kind of line up, and then we're going to take a breath, and if you feel comfortable, you just start to fold forward. And if you don't go all the way down, that's okay. You be on your elbows. If it feels good, you can come on down. And then once you're there, you just want to try to relax through those glutes. Sometimes they squeeze tight. So if you can, use your breath, relax, sink into it. And if that pose doesn't work for you, you can come onto your backs and take your right leg, cross it over the left thigh, and roll back and stretch your hips and glutes out this way. So it's the same stretch. Same stretch, one is forward and one is on your back. So you can stay there. Whichever pose you're in, let's just stay there. Take a couple more deep breaths. Allow your glutes and your hips to open up a little bit. Okay, let's give it one more breath. And then you're going to come up on your hands and tuck your back toe, and you want to kind of scoot your right leg back and give it a little shake. Shake it out. Feels kind of nice. And you can do the other one as well. And then when you're ready, tuck your toes and go back to your downward dog. And let's try it on the left side. So take your left leg up, pigeon pose. And remember, your left knee is going to come behind your wrist. So try to get it out to the side of your mat, and then slide your right leg back as far as you feel comfortable, trying to get your hips close to the ground. And whenever you're ready, you fold forward, but take your time. If you go down and it's not quite right, come back up and kind of readjust yourself. You just want to be careful that you're not falling off to the side, because then you kind of lose the stretch. So you want that knee out to the side. And again, if that doesn't work, you come onto your back, and this time you would take your other leg over and pull it in and stretch into your hips and glutes that way. So whichever position you're in, you just want to rest, take deep breaths, see if you can soften through your glutes. All right, let's give it one more breath. And we're going to walk our hands in, and once again, tuck the back toes and kind of take that front leg real gently around to the back. Shake it out a little bit. And maybe come back to the downward dog one last time, just to open the back of those knees. Stretch out your hamstrings. Take a deep breath. And let's bring those knees to the ground. And we're going to open the knees a little bit wider. Bring your big toes together, and we'll slide back to a child's pose. So those hips towards your heels. Stretch your arms out. If you can, bring your forehead towards the ground. Or if it doesn't quite go there, you use a yoga block. Place it there. You want to try to release those muscles of your neck and stretch into your lower back. So nice deep breath. Go ahead and take one more breath. And then we're going to take your hands off your mat, just over to the right side. Place your left hand on top of your right, and let your head go between your arms so you get this nice stretch down that left side into your lower back. Let your head come down and take a deep breath there. And let's take your hands over to the other side, to the left side of your mat, just as far as you feel comfortable, kind of on a diagonal with your right hand on top, and reach those fingertips out, and then let your head come down. And let's bring our hands back to the center. One last deep breath in your child's pose. And let's start to walk our hands in. Good, bringing the knees together. And we're just gonna sit back on our heels. Give your shoulders a nice big roll. Let your head roll back and forth. Good, lift your head, bringing your palms together, and just taking a nice big reach to the sky. Inhale and exhale. And let's do that one more time. Inhale and reach. And exhale. Great job. Mahalo for joining me for this yoga stretch sequence.